time to enjoy the beautiful mathematics. How are you, everybody who is watching this fantastic program? I would like to take this opportunity to welcome all international and national students. My name is OLENJOLAI&Nek. I'm an electronics and telecommunication engineer by profession, but I thank God also who have given me a gift of teaching. So I'm a national teacher in ordinary diploma who is going to impact you and transform your mindset from one point or from one stage of life or one stage of thinking to another stage of thinking. So I'm a Tanzanian and I'm dedicating this program to all the Tanzanians ordinary diploma students who can take the leverage of this program for them to be transformed from one stage to another stage. So I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you firstly into one of our online institution that's called DIPLOMA Polytechnic Institute of Tanzania in square bracket OLENJOLAIM. Okay? So simultaneously, I would like to welcome you into one of our official YouTube channel that's called DIPLOMA Institute of Tanzania in square bracket OLENJOLAIM. So that's the institution that you have in your mind. So, okay, I know that you have so many questions and possibly that you've been frustrated because according to my research, the problems that we are solving, we are here to teach and training all ordinary diploma students, especially who are pursuing engineering courses and the science courses. So that's the main focus of this program. So I've been researching the common problems that have been encountered by NTA level 4, NTA level 5, and NTA level 6. And in this institution, believe me that we are going to figure out the best solution for your problems, especially in the core modules or fundamental courses of engineering and scientific mathematics. So basically, the main or the vision of Online Diploma Polytechnic Institute of Tanzania in square bracket OLENJOLAIM is to teach and train our serious students on how they can extract knowledge, understanding, and wisdom from the engineering and science courses, including it means that focusing on fundamental and the core courses, okay, yes, core courses or core modules, and combine the knowledge, understanding, and the wisdoms extracted from that aspect with the knowledge, understanding, and wisdom that we are going to teach our students to extract from the Word of God written in the Holy Bible in order to solve real-life problems. The main objective of education is not to have certificates and is not to be famous that you're educated person in the community, but the main objective is to solve real-life problems. So we have so many real-life problems that we're encountering, so that that's why that I say the main objective of this program is to teach you on how you think differently and how you can take the classroom instructions to solve real-life problems which are really dedicated by God Himself to you in order to be valuable in the community. So that's the main vision and that's the main objective. However, that we have some specific objectives that we are going to prepare you in order to be successful in our continuous assessment. It means we call it CA in short. And also we are going to prepare you to, on how you can tackle your final exams or university exam. It means end of semester exam. So in different modules. And especially that in the fundamental modules of basic engineering and scientific mathematics. So you have to stay tuned because in this online diploma institution, you can take advantage of everything that you have to cover in NTA level 4, NTA level 5, and NTA level 6. So again, we'd like just to share with you quickly on how you can register yourself into OLPITO. Okay? OLPITO, these are abbreviations of Online Diploma Polytechnic Institute of Tanzania square bracket OLENJOLAIM. The first step, if you don't have an email, you have to create or open a new email. The second step, you can send in YouTube by using your email. And the third step, you can search you can search the online Diploma Polyinstitute of Tanzania in square bracket OLENJOLAM. So in search bar, once you are in YouTube, you have to write this name, Online Diploma Polyinstitute of Tanzania in square bracket OLENJOLAM. Then you search. Once you search, you see the profile, or it means the icon, the software icon like this, which has the national flag inside of it. Okay, so the backgrounds of these buttons is the national flag. Beside it, you see the old Victor, means that the Online Diploma Polyinstitute of Tanzania square bracket OLENJOLAIM and the number of subscribers. So then you have to click. Once you click, you will see that home, video, playlist, community, then channel, and then the word about. So when you are watching this video, you'll see that you observe at the bottom of your right hand side, you'll see a software button that's written subscribe. So you have to click it once. Once you click this way, and then you will change into subscribing. And once this way will change, then the icon of the bell will appear. So you have to click and choose option of all. So afterward, you find that you are you have already registered yourself permanently in Online Diploma Polytechnic Institute of Tanzania in square bracket OLENJOLAM. So the good thing that in physical institutions, you have to register yourself in every semester. So for example, in most engineering and science institutions, mean that the training used to spend almost 60 semesters. So at the beginning of each semester, you have to register yourself. That is the physical. The good thing about this online institution, online diploma institutions, you have to register yourself only once, and there is no registration fee. It is free. So you can take leverage of that. So make sure that you subscribe. Why should you subscribe? The aim for you to subscribe is in order to get notification whenever we add or we upload a new video for you. Then we have again, you can click the playlist. Okay, so it means that click the word playlist, and then you can find the playlist written trigonometry. What it means of playlist? It means that we have departments in Online Diploma Polytechnic Institute of Tanzania, and one of the departments is called Basic Engineering and Scientific Mathematics, where you can find the collections of all the videos of Basic Engineering and Scientific Mathematics NTA Level 4, and also we have another playlist for NTA Level 5 and NTA Level 6. But also we have a playlist for each module. So for example, that we have a playlist of trigonometry, vector, and complex number, where we find the collections of 14 of all the videos relating to that module. But also we have a third playlist, which is called trigonometry, where we find the collections of all the lectures of trigonometry. So you have to make sure that you follow these steps in order for you to be successful in this online institution. So again, the sixth step, once you enjoyed our contents, we know that we have a system of how you can share with your friends, how you can share the link of this video. So you can share, you can click the icon written share to share the link. So WhatsApp, through Facebook, through email, or through Twitter, or through Telegram, or through Instagram, or through TikTok. Okay? Once you do that, and then you are already in school, or you're already in our institution. So we are in departments of Basic Engineering and Scientific Mathematics. The modules is called Trigonometry, vector, and complex number. The year of study in most institutions is first year or second year, or the NTA Level 4 or NTA Level 5. Okay, and this is, we are in chapter 1, it's called trigonometry, and then this is lecture 1, it's called Radian measure. So let us go inside the lecture 1. So the quick review of what? The quick review of lecture 00, which is stated as General Introductions of Trigonometry. It has been titled the General Introduction of Trigonometry, Vector, and Complex Number. Okay? So that's the name. So in that, we began with the educational system, the higher educational system, the higher educational authorities, okay? Authorities, higher educational authorities, mean that medium and higher. So we go to medium and higher educational authorities in Tanzania. So we say that in Tanzania, we have three educational, medium and the higher educational authorities. And this we got in short VETA, Vocational Education and Training Authority. And then we have NACTE. So this is National Council for Technical Education. And then we have what TCU. This is Technical Commission for Universities. So if so, you mean that ordinary diploma in engineering and what in engineering, ordinary diploma or ordinary diploma in engineering and certificate is offered under NACTE. And here we have three levels. We have NTA level 4, and then we have also NTA level 5 at the second year. Also we have NTA level 6, okay, which is, this is basic technician. Here it is technician. Okay, basic a certificate of basic technician. This is basic technician, and this is a technician. Okay. Okay. So the certificate. This is basic technician. Yes. Okay. So something like that. So under NT level 4, we have 2 semesters. Okay. We have 2 semesters. So here it is first semester, and it's the second semester. Okay. So with this first semester and second semester, so the name of this module is trigonometric, vector, and complex number. Well, this no. In the first semester, we taught about algebra. In the second semester, we teach about trigonometric, vector, and complex number. That's the name of what of the model. So let us begin, and we have lecture 1, which is titled as Radian measure. Okay, I'll give you some other announcement later. So, so before we teach you about radian measure, let us begin to discuss about introduction of what? Introduction of trigonometry. Okay, introduction of what? Of trigonometry. So the fundamental question is, what is trigonometry? And the fundamental question that you have. What is trigonometry? So there are various sources that have defined the word trigonometry. So just prefer this one. So what is trigonometry? So you can pause the video and then ask yourself, and then try to answer these questions on a piece of paper. Then we'll come back into this program. So the word trigonometry, is derived from 2 Greek words. Which are trigonon, meaning triangle, meaning triangle, and metron, the metron meaning a measure. Meaning a measure. And hence literal meaning of what? Of the word trigonometry is the measurement of triangle. So you can find again another best definition of the word trigonometry. So from the definition above, the word trigonometry is derived from the two Greek words, which are trigonon, meaning triangle, and also another word that means the word trigonometry is metron, meaning a measure. Hence, the literal meaning is measurement of what? Measurement of triangle. That's the meaning of trigonometry. So simply, trigonometry is a measurement of triangles. And then soon you'll find that, or you'll see that this definition actually will be focusing on what? Simply in the triangle, will be focused on measurement of angles and side of the triangles. Angles of the triangles and side of the triangle. However, trigonometry also deals with other geometrical shapes. For example, parallelogram. It can deal with trapezium. It can deal with maybe geometrical shapes of which are pentagon in shape. But we have to split those higher shape, or it means that higher geometrical shapes into triangles, into small triangles, into bunch of triangles. So that's the point that you have to remember. Okay. So it means that simply now, or in other way, we say that geometry is a branch of or some other sources define the word trigonometry. Geometry is a branch of mathematics. So this also is a branch of mathematics which deals with the study of what? Of measurement. Goes to the study of measurement of sides, measurement of sides, and the angles of triangle. So trigonometry is a branch of mathematics which deals with the study of measurement of sides, measurements of sides and angles of 14 and angles of triangle. Okay, angles of triangle. Angles of 14 of triangle. So that's another definition. So this is the branch of mathematics which deals with the measurement of sides and angles of triangle, and the relationship which exists, the relationship which exists among them. So whenever you hear the word trigonometry, means measurement of sides and angles of triangle and their relationship. So simply the first thing in trigonometry, we are going to teach you on how we can measure angles, and hence we are going to use this measurement of what? Of sides, angles of what? Of triangle, and also sides of triangle. And the third thing that we are going to deal with is relationship. Relationship between what? Angles and sides of what? Of triangle. So these are the three things that we are going to focus when we are learning the subject of, or the branch of mathematics called trigonometry. So I believe that you have understood the meaning of the word trigonometry. Possibly you've been learning, you've been solving so many problems about trigonometry, but you've never thought about the definition. What the unique definitions of the trigonometry. What are we doing in trigonometry? What should you expect whenever that you're learning about trigonometry? So please, you can pause the video right now and just copy those 60 steps of permanent registrations of your permanent registration onto the online Diploma Polytechnic Institute of Tanzania square bracket OLENJOLAIM. So take the average, because if you don't follow those steps, then you will be our partial students, and we want you to be our full-time students, because we're expecting to have more than 500 videos on this platform, okay, about basic engineering and scientific mathematics. So every day we are adding at least one video in our channel. So if you subscribe, you'll get notifications whenever we add a new video. So we want you to have a sequence of these videos in order for you to learn appropriately. So I think that you've already copied, so now let us proceed. Now we know the definition of the word trigonometry. Means trigonon, and the metron. Trigonon means triangle, metron means measurement. So, okay, so from this definition we see a vocabulary here which is called angle, especially the second definition, angles or angle. So what is angle? That's another terminology that we want to address. Angle. So, second question is, what is angle? We know that you've been dealing with this question during your Form 2 education or Form 3 education, Form 2 and Form 4 education. But don't worry about that. We're reminding you because we like to build the strong foundations. In Lecture 1 and Lecture 2, actually focusing on building the foundations, but from Lecture 3 onwards, we will start teaching you some of the new stuff in your mind. What is angle? Okay? So angle is the amount of rotation so angle is the amount of rotation made by the straight line. The amount of rotation made by the straight line from one position to another about a point. So angle is the amount of rotation made by the straight line from one position to another about a point. So it's the amount of what? Of rotation. So angle is the amount of rotation made by the straight line from one position, okay, to another about a point. But the meaning of 40 is the meaning of the where you end. So, for instance, that this is y-axis, and also this is x-axis. Okay, so you have y-axis and then that is x-axis. So we can make an angle. This clockwise rotation. This is the angle theta. Also, we can make another angle because from definition we say that angle is the amount of rotation made by the straight line from one position to another about the point. So this is the point. So also we can rotate this angle. We can make an angle with anti-clockwise rotation. Okay. So this one we call it, if you do remember what we told you in Form 4, we told you about positive and negative angle. So this is what? Clockwise. So if you do remember that this is clockwise rotation. This is clockwise rotation. And this is anti-clockwise. With anti-clockwise, yeah. This is anti-clockwise rotation. And this is clockwise rotation. Clockwise rotation. So with clockwise rotation, we have what? So here we have positive angle. So this will be positive angle, while this one is what? Is negative angle. Negative angle. So that is y-axis, and this is x-axis. So we have clockwise rotation, which will formulate a positive angle, and then we have anti-clockwise. So it means the positive angle is formed by the rotations in anti-clockwise direction or anti-clockwise rotation. While the negative angle is formed by clockwise rotation, which is formed when we're rotating clockwise from the x-axis in this way. So theta is positive angle and alpha is negative angle. Okay, so the third terminology that we have on the spot, I believe that you enjoy. In case you have any question about lecture 1, you can ask him below at the bottom of the left hand side of this video that you're watching right now in the comment section, and as a student or even myself, I can answer your questions. So don't just keep asking questions. Interact with me with questions because I'm waiting your question by using the digital technology. So after understanding the meaning of the word trigonometry, and then after teaching you the meaning of the word angle, right now I would like to teach you about, because there's no need just say, okay, so it means sides of the triangle. So when you say about when you focus a little bit about sides of triangle, constant another focus. Okay. So sides of triangle. Okay. So simply, sides of triangles are 3 joined line segment to form what? To form a triangle. So there's different types of triangles. So for example, you can have isosceles triangle like this one. So this is, you say, angle of the triangle. So this is angle theta. So this is side of triangle. And also this one is side of triangle. And this one is side of triangle. Also you can have right angle triangle. So this is right angle triangle. So suppose that this is A, this is B, this is C. So this is A, this is B, this is C. Okay? So this is the rectangle triangle. So also we have side 1, side 2, side 3. Okay? So it depends. We can have different, but in case of the trigonometry, we'll be focusing on the rectangle triangle. Okay? That's the focus. So we'll be focusing on 3 jointly line segments to form triangle. So for example, this is an angle, and this is also another angle. Okay? It depends to the sketch. Okay? So these are the side, that's the meaning of the side of the triangle. Okay? I believe that you've understood the meaning of the side of the triangle. Remember the definition of the trigonometry means measurement or 40 of triangle. And in triangle, we are measuring angles of the triangle, 3 angles of the triangle. We are measuring 3 sides of the triangle. And how do they relate? That's all about trigonometry. Okay. So then right now, let us go into the first important terminology, which is called radian measure. The title of lecture 1. Bear with me, radian measure. Radian measure. Okay, so let us see the first terminology which we'll be encountering in different aspects of trigonometry, and this one is radian measure. So the question we have on the spot, which will be question 4, what is the meaning? What is radian measure? Before we study in detail, what is the meaning of radian measure? So there are different sources that define this term, but I found one which is very interesting. And the radian is an angle, at the center of the cycle subtended by an arc, subtended by an arc equal in length to the radius of the cycle. The radius of the cycle. So we say that the radian is an angle. So radian is an angle at the center of the cycle, subtended by an arc equal in length to the radius of the cycle. What is a radian? What is a radian? That's the best questions, okay? Radian is an angle at the center of the cycle, subtended by an arc equal in length to the radius of the cycle. But before we define the word radians, okay, but I think that let us focus this one and then I will take you. So suppose that we have a cycle. This is the cycle centered here. So we have a radius. So we have a line of radius. This is radius, and also this is another radius. So here we can form an angle, theta, but this is center of the cycle. So this is the circle, and O is the center. So O is center of circle, and theta, this is angle or radian measure. So this is what angle in radian. Angle in radian. So the arc length, the meaning of arc length is the length of this subtended. So it's the length. This is what we call the arc length. Suppose this L. So the arc length suppose this L, and suppose that this is point A, B. Okay. So AB from that figure, and this is possibly figure 1.30. Figure 1, because this is figure 1.21, and this is figure 1.2, and this is figure 1.3. So AB is arc of the circle, or arc length. Okay, arc of the circle. And then OB, which is equal to OA, this is what? Is radius of circle. Radius of circle. So this is figure 1.4. So you say that radian measure now, you have only radian measure. You have a radian measure if what? If the length of the radius of the circle is equal to the arc length. Okay? So it means that theta, for this angle, for this case, theta is equal to 1 radian, is equal to 1 radius if arc length is equal to radius of the circle. That's the condition. Because a radian is an angle at the center of the circle subtended by arc, equal in length to the radius of 40 of the circle. So the point you have to note, my dear student, ladies, brothers and sisters, the point that you have to note is this one. Let me focus on the units, or units of 40, units of angle. Just to remind you, units of angle. Because radian is one of the units of angle, units of angle. So we say that in geometry, in trigonometry, there are two basic units of 40 of angle, which are the first one, degree. So angle is measured in degree, and the second one, angle is measured in radian. And that's what we are focusing with the learning. So degree, so you have degree, which you know, and also you have what you have radian. So this one we use presented by small r, while radians we use presented by the short of the word radians, which means radi. So that's why that we say that, for example, we say that theta is equal to 1 radian if what length of arc of the cycle is equal to the radius of the cycle. Okay. Again, you have to note this in advance. You have to note that you have to note this pi, which means that 22 out of 7. Remember, pi is 22 out of 7, or pi out of 7, and this is still 3.14, etc. So it means that we say pi radian, which is 22 out of 7 radian. This is equal to 1 and 180 degrees. So remember that 1 radian is achieved when the length of the arc of a cycle is equal to radius of the cycle. So in case radius of the cycle is not equal to the length of the arc, then we don't have a radian measure. We don't have 1 radian measure. We have an angle which is its radian measure is less than 1. But in case that you find the length of arc is greater than radius measure, then we'll find that, for example, for this case, that pi radi is equal to 180. So 180, so it means that the radian measure will be from this point, so from point C to point D, the radian measure. So it means that the arc length will be CD or CD this way. So under that case, you see that the angle, the magnitude of the angle in radian measure is greater than 1, right? Is greater than 1 radian. But again, if you increase it, if for example you double the arc length, means now you'll find that the radian measure also is going to increase. So it means that theta is less than 1 radian measure. So remember this condition. So this is 1, you have 1.1. So you say that in theta is less than 1 radian if what? If the length is less than radius. At the second page to note. The third point to note is theta is greater than 1 radian if the arc length or the length of the arc is greater than radius. Those are the points that you have to note. But again, you have to note this. Remember that 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. Again, remember that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. It's equal to 60 seconds. In that case, 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So how about 1 degree? So 1 degree is equal to 60 times 60 seconds. So this will make up 1 degree is equal to 3,600 seconds. These are very important points, especially the first one and the first conversion, and how you can change what you change. Means that right now the 3 key points is this one. This is very important. This is very important, and also this equation is very important, because with this expression that pi radian is equal to 180 degrees, it can help us to express an angle which is in degree. It can help us to express an angle expressed in seconds, into minutes, and then into degrees. So that's a very important concept that we have to remember. So I've been discussing different concepts. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you example 1 of radian measure. Find a circular measure of this. Find a circular or radian. So So find the secular or radian measure of Roman A. We have 60, means convert 60 degrees into radian. And then B, we have to convert 112 degrees in 30 minutes. And then C, we have to convert 204 degree, 45 minutes, and then 33 seconds. So that's the problem that you have. You might not find these questions in most cases, but we are building the foundation in our mind on how you can deal with radians and degrees simultaneously when we be dealing with this stuff, when we're dealing with different problems of trigonometry. So solution. You can pause the video and try yourself because you have everything I've taught you. This is a very simple question for serious students. So Roman A, we have to convert 60 degree into radian. But the responsibility that you have, how we can do this. Wow. So you have to, the first thing, you have to recall. You have to recall what? You have to recall this conversion. 1 degree is equal to, you have to recall that pi radian. This is equal to 180 degrees. So it is the fact 1 pi radian is equal to 180 degrees. How about 60 degrees? So it's equal to what? So let x, so cross multiplication. You see how simple it is. So simply we are going to have 180 degree x, and this will be equal to 60 degree times pi radian. So then make x the subject, so we divide by 180 degree, then we divide by 180 degree. So x, this is equal to what? Is equal to 60 degree over 180 degree pi. Okay? So this with this one, 0 and 0 cancel. So this will make it by 60, it's pi over 3 radian. So therefore, we say that 60 degree is equal to pi over 3 radian. That's the response. So 60 degrees is equal to pi over 3. Remember, pi have its usual meaning, 22/7 or 3.14. So you have B. So Roman B will be given what? 112 degree, and then we have what? The 10 minutes. So to deal with this, we say that the first stage, you have to understand that this is 112 degrees plus 30 minutes. So before changing 1 is into radian, let us change 30 minutes into degree. So second step, so let us change 30 minutes into degree. How? I told you here that 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. So 30 minutes is equal to how many degrees? So let you out. Then cross multiplication. Then 60 minutes y is equal to 1 degree, then 30 minutes. Then divided by 60 minutes and divided by 60 minutes. So y is equal to it. So if you simplify this and this, here we have 1 times 1. So this is a half degrees. Because it will be 1 degree times 1, it's 1 degree, then over 2. So simply this is 0.5 degree. So the third step, we say that now 112 degree and 30 minutes, this is equal to 112 degree plus 0.5 degree. Okay? So these are 112 degree, 30 minutes. This will make what? Will make 112.5 degree. Okay? So the first step. So the first step right now is we have to solve this one will be a homework. But because it's in seconds, so I have to teach you. So the first step, you have to change 112.5 degrees into radian. So if you change it into radian, we say that we know 5 radian is equal to 180 degrees. So 112.5 degrees, this is equal to how many radians? So how to cross multiplication? So we have what? 180 degree y is equal to what? 112.5 degrees y radian. So divided by 180 degree and divided by 180 degree. So y is equal to what? So you can use your scientific calculator. The pi radians is formed. So the pi radians, you can press shift, then pi, multiply with what? 112.5. Then the response divide by 180 degree. So now it is 1.96 degree radian. And this you can express also in fraction. It's 5 out of 8. So 5 over 8 times 12. Simply, this is the radian. So therefore, we say that will be given 112 degree and 30 minutes, and this is 196 radian. So let me solve for 1C, then give you the homework. So here we have what? 204 degree, then 45 degree, 45 minutes, and then 33 seconds. So you have to do as how we did it in Roman B. So the first step. The first step, you have to split 204 degrees and 45 minutes to the 3 seconds. This is equal to what? This is equal to 204 degrees plus what? 45 minutes plus what? 3 seconds. Okay? So, the second step, let us change the 3 minutes, seconds into minutes. Into minutes. How? So I told you, 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So 33 seconds is equal to how many minutes? How many minutes? So this is equal to, let's say, bed. So you cross multiplication. So our bed is equal to what? It's equal to the 3 over 60. So if you simplify by 3, you get 11, you get 20. But this is 20 what? 20 minutes. So 11 over 20 minutes is 0.55. 0.55 what? Minute. Go for the steady state. Steady state will be given 45 minutes and we have 0.2 to 0.55 minutes. So you have to take 45 minutes plus 0.55 minutes. This will make 45 and 5 minutes. So afterward, we have to change it. So let us change 45.55 minutes into degree. Into degree. So to change into degree, remember that 1 degree is equal to 60 seconds. Then 45.5 minutes, this is equal to 0. So you cross multiplication. So 60 minutes baby is equal to 1 degree, 45.5 minutes. 60 minutes, then this is 60 minutes. That is equal to what? So it's equal to 45.5 to 0.759 degree. Okay, 0.759. So for that case, we have been given, so it means that 204 degree, 45 minutes, and 33 seconds. This is equal to 244 degree, that's what? 0.759 degrees. So this will make what? So this will make 204.759 degrees. So the first stage, let us express 204.576 degree into radian measure. How? You do remember that. Pi radian is equal to what? Is equal to 180 degrees. Is equal to 180 degrees. So now, so how about 224.76 degrees? Wonderful. So this is equal to what? So this is equal to x, possibly, at x. So a cross multiplication. So once you cross multiplication, we get x is equal to what? Is equal to pi radian times what? 224.76 of what? Over 180. 180 degrees. So then 204.76, just use your scientific calculator, divided by 180. So you have 224.76 for approximation, or 180, so it is 1.29. So this means that x is equal to 1.249 radian. Beautiful. Radian. So simply it means that 204 degrees, 45 minutes, 33 seconds is equal to 1.249 radian. Okay, so before I end this session, I would like just to state to you, I have to begin with this, but unfortunately that I forgot. Let me just say to you the contents of trigonometry. What contents are we going to cover? Trigonometry for NTA level 4. The first concept that we are going to cover with you is called the introductions of Greek, which you have already covered. Introductions of trigonometry. The second concept is radian measure, which you have covered. However, that will be radian measure. I will be teaching you in lecture 2 also. Then the third concept that I'm going to teach you is trigonometric function, 6 trigonometric function, 6 trigonometric function. which is sine, cosine, tangent, cotangent, cosecant, cosecant, and secant. Okay, so then we'll touch a little bit about unit cycle. Unit cycle. Unit cycle, and a little bit about compound angle. However, we'll be doing revision. First concept, we are going to teach about double angle, which you'll need later on. So when we teach differentiation, double angle. When you teach about integration, means about calculus, double angle, and T formula. And the sixth concept that we are going to teach you is trigonometric identities, Radian identities. We'll teach you so many identities which will help you on proof, because the common questions of trigonometry is proof that maybe the expressions on left hand side is equal to expressions of right hand side, or evaluate, or show, see, or maybe deduce. So we are going to have similar language, but these expressions will need your understandings of different geometric identities. So for you to be successful in this context. Then we are going to teach you about general solution. General solutions of 40. General solutions of sine, cosine, and the tangent. The 8 concepts that we are going to teach you, our dear students, according to the syllabus of NACTE, National Council for Technical Education, for NT Level 8, we are going to teach you about very important formula that you will need it in NT Level 5 and NT Level 6, NT Level 7, NT Level 8. That's called the factor formula. This is the fundamental concept for calculus. I want to tell you that according to my experience, because right now you are NT Level 4 and you're warmly welcome in ordinary diploma education. Myself, I thank God by His grace, I did NT Level 4 up to NT Level 8. So when I was doing all of these programs, it means NT Level 4, NT Level 5, Level 6, Level 7, Level 8, I will apply the concepts of trigonometry in every NTA level of my studies. So I insist you have to concentrate on all of these concepts and keep them even after you succeed to pass the module called the trigonometry, complex number, and vectors. You have to make sure that you keep these concepts because you need them. Factor formula, and then another problem is solve equations of 40. So I will teach you how you can solve. Okay, how you can solve what? How you can solve equation of this form: a cos theta plus b sin theta. This is equal to c. Then the 10th concept, I will teach about sine, and cosine. Sine and cosine. Sine and cosine. Then the 11th concept, I'll teach about small angle application. Small angle application. Small angle application. And then the 12th concept, I'll teach about problem solving. Problem solving. Okay, so before I end this session, let me leave the homework for you so you can enjoy it when you are waiting the next lecture, which will be lecture 2, which you will enjoy it soon. So this is homework. So in every session, I will leave a homework for you. So this is homework 2, right? Homework 1. Okay. So in homework 1, we have question 1. Okay. Convert the following angles into radian. 111 degrees. 111 degree, B 123 degree, 47 minutes, and C 238 degree, 42 seconds. Then the second question that you have to try, convert the following angles into degrees. So the first one, here 5 over 7 radian. We have 4.78 radian, and C, we have what? We have 13 over 17 radian. So please make sure that you do this first homework 1 before you meet in the next session. Keep enjoying the beauty of trigonometry, vectors, and complex numbers. I'm very happy. This is Engineer and Sir Olenjolai&Nek from the beautiful country. I'm very happy to reach the end of lecture 1 because the Holy Spirit is saying it is enough for today. So I thank God who have created me in His own image and likeness, and I thank God who have given you opportunity to learn lecture 1 of trigonometry, vectors, and complex numbers with me. And I thank God who have given me a gift of teaching, because this is actually a gift from God which I've been given. So once again, I would like to invite you, in case you feel from your heart that you want to offer God your feeling thanksgiving through this program in order to support the running cost for this program, so that so many videos of basic engineering and scientific mathematics will be in air for the present to benefit present and future generation. So you can send your feeling thanksgiving so that telephone number 0759 745331, and you will be enjoying our contents. Again, we can ask you to in case you want to do the bank transaction, just you can go into the descriptions below for you to offer your feeling thanksgiving to God, who is a sponsor of this program. In case you have any question, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section below. In case again you have any challenge, don't hesitate yourself to share with me in the comment section below. Keep enjoying. You have to keep on enjoying the beauty of basic engineering and scientific mathematics. Mathematics is beautiful, and we engineers, we call it the queen of engineering. I invite you to join me in the next lecture, which will be lecture 2, and where that I'll be teaching you about line segment, arc length, and how you can find the area of the sector, and be solving some problems. And then it will allow us to take you into the trigonometric function as I've given you the list. So we thank, because up to this moment we have covered this first contents and the second concept. So it means that when we meet the radian measure, just we have covered half of it. Okay. So in the next session, we'll be finishing the radian measure, and again we can think about dealing with fixed trigonometrical function. So may God bless you and keep you. hesitate yourself to interact with me. So questions, ask your questions as well as you can. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share these contents to your friends and other students of NTA Level 4 across the entire country of Tanzania and across the entire continents of Africa. So may God bless you and keep you until we meet in the next session. Keep enjoying the beauty of basic engineering and scientific mathematics.